welcome to this week's episode of Room 120 News, your place to find out everything that's going on in our school and in our classroom this week. Please be sure that you're signing in, checking your child's homework folder and contract daily. This lets me know that you are up to date on everything that's happening in our classroom. And please also just remember to leave that in your child's folder all week. In addition to that, please be sure to leave the reading fluency homework in your child's folder all week. There is a reward for completing it every night. It should take you no more than 5 minutes, and there will be a new story each week. This week, on Friday, February the 23rd, is our sneaker ball. Details went home about that a couple of weeks ago, and we hope that all of you will come out in your best sneakers and in your best outfits to have just a time of some dancing and some fun with our Castle Hayne families, celebrating kind of like a school-wide family dance. That's kind of all that's happening this week, but up next you'll hear about looking ahead, which are things that are happening in the future of our school and in our classroom. Mark your calendars for February the 28th, as that is the day that progress reports go home. So this will be the third 9 weeks progress report, and it will be one that you definitely want to take a look at, as it will give you some details about how your child scored in the middle of the year assessments and what we're doing for the remainder of the year to help them be successful. Mark your calendars for Tuesday, March the 5th, as there's going to be no school as it's election day. It will be a teacher work day, so I will be available via email and via school phone on March the 5th if you need anything. And then finally, mark your calendars for Wednesday, March the 6th, as it is spring and class picture day. So students will be taking individual pictures for their individual spring picture, but we will also be taking our class picture that day. So please make every effort to make sure that your child is at school on Tuesday, the March the 5th, so that they don't miss our class picture. Up next is Curriculum Corner, where you will hear all of the things that your child is going to learn in our classroom this week. In math, we're beginning our benchmark assessment tomorrow, and we will finish it on Tuesday. It's a 25-question test that tests everything that we've done from the beginning of the year until now. So students have been working hard this past week doing a review of all the concepts that were taught, and they will get to show all that they know on Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, we'll begin Unit 4 of Eureka, which is our math curriculum, and we'll be doing adding and subtracting strategies with regrouping. So students will be learning about different strategies on how to add and subtract while making regroups and equal exchanges. In Foundations, it now depends on what group your child is in for Foundations. So if you are unsure of what group they're in, please let me know, and be sure to check out the Foundations newsletter that is linked to the Todd Times every week, that you can see what your child is learning in Foundations. In reading, we have finished our study of the American West, and we're taking a little bit of a break from our reading curriculum, Wit and Wisdom. So this week we will be in a 2-week unit on comparing different versions of the classic fable, The Three Little Pigs. So students will be reading stories such as The Three Little Fish and the Big Bad Shark, The Three Little Aliens and the Big Bad Spaceship, I think is what it's called, The True Story of the Three Little Pigs, The Three Little Ninja Pigs. So all different variations of the story Three Little Pigs, and students will be working on sequencing and learning about comparing similarities and differences between the different fables. And then in science, even though our chicks are gone, we're continuing to talk about life cycles of various animals in our local region. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Room 120 News. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. If not, we'll see you right back here next week for another episode of Room 120 News.